Good morning. I hope we woke you up this morning. I would like to give a special thanks to UMB Tal, our dance group, as well as our UMass Boston Jazz Trio. Hopefully they added some energy to this morning's program. Absolutely. So this is Open House. We have blown open the doors for you, and we want you to take full advantage of everything we have to offer you today. We want you to think of this as your home. And so I encourage you throughout today's program to talk with a faculty member, ask about research, ask about an internship, ask about study abroad, be engaged with our athletics program, and listen to some of the success that they've experienced over the past few years, and talk with our students about what it's like to be a UMass Boston student. And to truly understand that, you need to hear from them. And so I'm honored to invite our first speaker up to the podium, Kathleen Elliott.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Kathleen Elliott, and I am the undergraduate student body president here at UMass Boston. This time 4 years ago, I too was beginning the college search. Similar to many of you today, I was overwhelmed by the numerous options ahead of me. Even after I received all of my acceptances, I still wasn't sure which university I wanted to call home for the next 4 years. UMass Boston was ready to welcome me with open arms, but I was too overwhelmed to see. I was more concerned that I wouldn't make any friends and that these would be the hardest 4 years of my life. As you can see, I am happy and I am very much in love with UMass Boston. In my first year here, I had better experiences than I ever could have hoped for. This university has indeed become my second home. Through programs such as the Freshman Leadership Institute and CLA First, I met some of my closest friends and some of the most influential mentors in my life so far, many of whom are here today. As the first member of my family to go to college, there were countless times that I had to count on the support of people here at UMass and found it, like people from Joyce Morgan, the director of CLA First, who always provides great advice and also the best hug on campus. My first year experience was wonderful, and one that I will never forget, and yet I find that my experience here is far from unique. You will talk to students here today who follow completely separate paths from my own, and they feel just as passionately for this university as I do. While pursuing my major in political science and my minor in philosophy, I have taken classes like courts and politics, which have challenged me to think critically about the field that I hope to end up in one day. I have also worked in both the political science and economics departments, where I have built solid relationships with faculty, staff, and other students like me. In fact, it was while I worked in the political science department that I found the internship in the law firm of Michael B. Walsh. That internship experience and wonderful conversations with faculty members like Professor Elizabeth Boussiere helped me to confirm that I do, indeed, want to go to law school and pursue a career as an attorney. UMass Boston is not limited to the campus that you see here today, or even to the city of Boston. This university transcends nations. I have spent a spring break in Puerto Rico with the Beacon Voyages for Service, a summer in Japan with the Inouye Scholars Program through the Political Science Department, and this winter I will be in South Africa through a course called International Epidemics in the Honors College. Most recently, I spent 4 months in Buenos Aires, Argentina, where I studied political science and the Spanish language at the University of Belgrano. I lived with an 80-year-old woman named Nelly while I was there, and she did not speak any English, and my Spanish was not great. However, our mealtime chats quickly became my favorite part of the day. I learned more Spanish in her home than I ever could have learned from a textbook. I realize now, in senior year, that this university was not just another school on my list of colleges to apply to. Instead, this was my first and my only choice. The skill sets and the experiences that I have gained thanks to the opportunities here at UMass Boston have shaped me into the woman I am today and someone who I am proud to be. Your college experience is what you make of it, so before I end, I have a little bit of advice that my friend Fakisha gave to me to give to all of you. Neil Donald Walsh says, that life begins at the edge of your comfort zone. I stepped out and I found it, and so can you here at UMass Boston. The opportunity to step out and experience life is a direct result of the hard work and the dedication of people who work tirelessly on this campus. One such person is our Chancellor, Keith Motley. Dr. J. Keith Motley is the 8th Chancellor of our university. Under his leadership, student enrollment has grown, faculty awards have increased, and the campus itself is transforming with a brand new integrated science complex and another academic building, University Hall, which is under construction. Before becoming Chancellor in 2007, Chancellor Motley served as Vice President for Business, Marketing, and Public Affairs at the UMass President's Office, and also Interim Chancellor and Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs at UMass Boston. He has more than 20 years of experience in higher education administration, including 10 years as a Dean of Student Services at Northeastern University. In my experience, and as you will see, Chancellor Motley is truly supportive and an enthusiastic individual. We see the Chancellor around campus all the time, greeting students or just stopping to chat. And when you talk with him, you can see how much he cares and how much he cares about us here at UMass Boston. Please welcome Chancellor Motley.
So good morning, everybody. Wake up, good morning. Oh my goodness. We're gonna wake you up. If you're not awake yet, we're gonna get you. So I'm looking around the room, I see some of those heads. We're gonna pick you up today. We're gonna hug you, embrace you, and make sure you understand all that you need to know about this great university. Now, what she didn't tell you was, when she came here to leave. She didn't come here to stay, but we got her. She thought she was going to have to transfer away from this institution. She heard all those things that we're going to clear up in your heads today, that you can't go there because you got to go somewhere else to get your degree, that students do not live on their campus, that there's not an unbelievably talented faculty or student group that wants to just learn so they can go back all over this great Commonwealth, this great city, but also to the world and gift themselves. But then she got it, and now I'm listening to all the places she's visited, and I'm jealous. And now she's also the person who's leading our student effort here. So thank you so much for getting up this morning, looking so beautiful, and then coming out to sort of welcome me. I'm so grateful to you. Thank you. I also heard that you were able to have our, I'm going to put this up a little bit, have our jazz ensemble play for you this morning. But also, when I was coming in, I saw that the students were dancing. What an unbelievable opportunity and expression of what this institution is all about. You have the opportunity here to engage, and so I'm so grateful. But I'm also going to try to get out of your way so that you can meet some unbelievably talented individuals who are waiting around this morning to have the opportunity to sort of talk with you. Kathleen started it out well, and I want to thank her for that. But I also want to thank all of her friends and her peers and all those students that are here this morning. They're out volunteering as well. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Let's give them a round of applause. And by the way, Kathleen, we're so glad that you stayed here as a model for our other students. Good morning. Good morning to our future students, to the families, to the loved ones, to our guests. Welcome to this Commonwealth's capital city urban research university, the University of Massachusetts, Boston. We're so glad you stopped by. We're so glad that you understood that we just needed a pick-me-up from you this morning. We needed an opportunity to just share with you, Because oftentimes, unless you're asked a question, you do reflection, but you don't talk out loud about yourself. Because here we're so busy doing our work and living our lives. See, here at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, we don't fit our lives into work. We fit work into our lives. And what I mean by that is when you meet these folk, you'll understand that they are dedicated to their communities. They're dedicated to learning. They're dedicated to scholarship. They're dedicated to building relationships that matter. They're dedicated to teaching and research, but also understanding how that research impacts the lives of the human beings that are all around this room today. And so I am just so honored to have colleagues like that, and they're all around this room today. I want to thank them. I want to thank them for all of their support and for getting up today to make sure that you have a fantastic voyage through our university, through your university today. Good morning to my beautiful wife who's here today, Angela Motley. Thank you for coming out today. I learned a long time ago, you better start there. Because not only is she a gift, but she gifts me to this institution every day. I show up. Nobody else shows up. It's not some person that they don't understand. Keith comes to work or to live his life through work. And what I mean by that is I don't come out of the house all jacked up and then take that out on this university because I have the gift of such a wonderful human being in my life. And I wish that for all of you. So thank you for joining me this morning, as you do every time we have an event like this for this university. Good morning to all my colleagues again. Thank you for your early morning warm-up session. This open house, greeting everybody when they come. Every time I come to one of these, I see how much you've improved them. Technology everywhere. I don't even want to ask. They don't tell the Chancellor stuff about what's going on. Because if you ask me a question when you see me later on, I might send you to the 13th floor of the library, and I think there's only 11. Because, you know, I'm supposed to have an answer. And sometimes that answer is not that right answer. So use the talent of all those individuals around you today. Know that I'm the person who just talks about what they do, but they do it. And that's why I love being in this environment. We're both happy because I can talk and they can do the great work, and then I can join them in that effort. And then to have these unbelievable students, what an amazing thing. I am so grateful to you for coming to explore this beautiful campus on your own. You know, there's so many things being said about us. Oh, don't go over there. Oh, I can't believe that place. But when you come and you see it on your own, I'll guarantee you that even if you don't choose us now, you might want to choose us later. I'm just saying. I came over here with that same attitude. Came over here thinking 13 years ago that I was going to be the one. And I found out that I was one of many, and that I felt at home again because everybody around me was the one. And so those ones add up to a whole group of individuals who want to make sure that you have the opportunity to pursue higher education, whatever that means. We don't have a formula for that says, stop your dream now. Don't let it evolve. We push you to the threshold of that knowledge, and then you jump over into it, and then we sort of cheer for you. We push you, but then we learn from you too. What an amazing opportunity. And that's why I'm so grateful. So welcome to all of you. Welcome to this university. Make yourself at home. Take your shoes off. Put your feet up if there's not someone next to you. And if they're next to you, you know them, put your feet up. Let them rub them for a little bit or something. This is truly your university. That's why I want you to make yourself at home. Understand that as the only public research university in this great city, this is yours. That chair you're sitting in is yours. That carpet or fake carpet on the floor covering up this gym floor is yours. Students, today, I'm going to ask you to do something that your parents and loved ones probably haven't asked you to do in years, probably since you were such a little person in their lives. When you're finished with our program this morning, I invite you to go outside and get dirty. See all those piles of mud out there and dirt? Get dirty. Immerse yourself in that. It's an amazing opportunity for you. This beautiful waterfront campus is being transformed before your very eyes. So I come to work every day with rubber soles so I can get them dirty because it reminds me of the transformation that we're making as an institution. And that's the unbelievable gift that all of us, you and I and my colleagues, are gifting to the future for that next generation. Fortunately, you in the room are going to benefit from that because things are opening up all around you. So I encourage you to embrace the dirt. Some people are going to tell you, oh, it's a bunch of stuff happening over there. Sure is. Transformation everywhere. Opportunity everywhere. For learning, for engaging, for thinking, for creating. What a blessing to be able to do that in whatever stage you're in. Intergenerational learning all over the campus. Students here from 15 to 4 times 15. You know, we don't start talking about age after a while, you know. Although, one of our oldest alums will run you in the ground, 102 years old. When I go to San Francisco, I don't even want to hang with him. I tell them, please tell him I have something else to do after our dinner. Because he's one of those before dinner, after dinner, then the after party kind of people. And he's 102. Just an amazing individual. And so that's what we're up against. Check it out. Imagine your life as a student here. I hope that you even take some of that mud into your house when you go home tonight so that you'll remember all that's happening on this beautiful waterfront campus. Now, all of you arrived just in time to celebrate a historic milestone for our university. Now, this fall, we celebrated our 50th class of students to our campus. Now, our first students came here as part of the class of 1969, and they consisted of 1,200 individuals. Those 1,200 individuals attended class where academic rigor and excitement was happening all around them, but they went to class at a construction site. So in 2015, our students are attending class with academic rigor and engagement and opportunity all around them, and they're on a construction site. What an unbelievable combination of history and combination of opportunity. Those students have gone on to impact this world in ways that have been amazing for me. Everywhere I go in the world, those students who were in a partially renovated Boston gas building have gone into leadership, teaching, business, any profession you can engage in. It made a difference. But when I arrived here this morning and I rode around campus with my wife, who doesn't get a chance to see it as much as I do, and even then I noticed all the things I hope you saw from this video, that this university, your university, the University of Massachusetts Boston, has grown inside and outside. Our student body today is comprised of over 17,000 students, including about 4,000 graduate students here, PhDs in all kinds of disciplines that make a difference. Our new undergraduate enrollment increased 5% this year. We're growing, and growing. But, 50 is like the new 20, right? Oh, so we're getting younger here. In our freshman class, for the first time in our history, 1,698 students or something like that. 50% of that freshman class are true freshmen out of high school. That's an amazing thing for us in our journey. We are so proud of that. 200 of those students are in our honors college. Yes, we've been doing honors around here at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, but we've been keeping it to ourselves on this peninsula, which is easy to do. See, we're not next door to a whole bunch of folk. You don't have to question whose student it is when they're out here. It's an amazing thing. So for the first time, we saw new freshmen up 50% in our class. The dirt piles I mentioned, that represents some of you are in development in here, or contractors or construction or civil engineers. That's $750 million invested in new facilities right now, but it's going to be over $1 billion when it's done. Those people that work out there come from these neighborhoods, right from Massachusetts, right from this great city. And that's an amazing thing. We on this campus demanded that. We didn't have to do that. It's in our DNA. You passed our new integrated sciences complex. I was happy to see the guys are working on Saturday. Did you see them out there? And that wasn't just because you were showing up. That was because these folks said, thank you. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to help you build this institution, an institution for the people that will allow us to have some kind of contribution to the work. That building opened last semester. It has cutting-edge research in sciences and is positioned on our campus with arms open wide to hug you and welcome you as you come. And we're so grateful for that. In March, here on our campus, we also celebrated the opening of the Edward M. Kennedy Institute. Now that institute, that drew to this campus the President of the United States, Barack Obama, the First Lady of this United States, Michelle Obama, and also Vice President Joe Biden. They don't ever travel like that together. They're not supposed to. But it was so important to them that they did that. We celebrated that Kennedy Institute. It's a great neighbor for us. It's a resource for this city, for civic engagement and learning. And those of you that are thinking about those kinds of issues, it's right here on your campus. We're also proud to be the only university in New England with a presidential library on their campus. John F. Kennedy Library and Museum for our president, right here on this campus. What an amazing opportunity. And then we connected the Harbor Walk so you can get to all of these things. Something like 800 feet of walk that leads you to the ability to go out 13 miles and come back in 13 miles. But 6,400,000 pounds of stone that came from the Big Dig. I know the Big Dig is a bad word in Massachusetts, but we recycled that stone. Kathleen, we recycled it. 6,400,000 pounds of it. And what an amazing thing. Now the water won't flow up because these brilliant scholars here figured out how to keep the water from coming up and flooding it out every year. All they had to do was ask us. So all I want you to do is ask us. There's nothing sadder than for you to have come here with every question that you have in your soul and leave here with those same questions. You don't have to. If you got to pull someone in the corner, do it and ask them over there. If you know your children don't want you to do it in front of them, because, like mine this morning, Daddy, 5:30 in the morning, why are you bothering me? My 5:30, 5:30 in Japan was a little different than 5:30 here, so I'm on a different kind of clock. So I understand what it means. Pull them in the corner. This spring, we're going to open up, and the semester's here. When we say spring here, that means sort of like the end of January to you. We're going to open up our other building down here, University Hall. University Hall has new chemistry labs and a ton of performing arts, including a new theater. When it's done, some of the students will be able to gaze out over Dorchester Bay while they dance, play an instrument, paint, sculpt, conduct a lab experiment, and on and on and on. So we look forward to what this dirt and this mud is going to become. And we look forward to seeing you benefit from that. You're going to benefit either way. Because the work we do in those buildings will benefit your quality of life. Our public mission mandates that. The public kind of scholarship that we do here mandates that. Our founders mandated that. For the prospective students who are here today, maybe thinking about the future and feeling some pressure, I invite you to inhale and exhale. Relax, enjoy yourselves. To the parents, guardians, friends, and loved ones who are accompanying those folk who are inhaling and exhaling and trying to figure it out and driving you crazy, and you're driving them crazy, no one can answer the question yet. Stressing them out, I didn't want to get up this morning and come there. I didn't know I was going to meet a guy like that. I'm proud not to be your typical university president or chancellor. I know I'm taller than most and a little more handsome and not follically challenged like the rest of my colleagues and all that kind of stuff. I want you to know that I have 3 children, one of whom finished, graduated from the university, has a job, moved out right after graduation and bought his own place. That's a chancellor, father, mother's, grandparents' dream. But I also have one who's a sophomore in college, and she is doing well. She got away from me. I might have too. Then I have the one who says, we're just focusing on her now. You didn't do this for my brother or my sister. Why are you all focusing on me? Jordan in the front row today. But I want her to stand up so you can see that it works. Stand up so we can see you and they can see something. Could you take off that coat, please? Take off your coat. That University of Massachusetts blue went on this morning, and Daddy didn't even have to say nothing. That blue is on. I was overwhelmed. That's why I came in here to see if I was taking her temperature. Are you okay, sweetie? Is everything all right? You're going to wear blue on open house day, and I didn't have to say something? They do grow up. They do become beautiful, talented young ladies who have brilliance beyond what we would dream of during that period in our lives. And so while I tease her, I'm so grateful that she's here this morning because I know how difficult that is. I understand the anxiety that all of you may feel, but I want you to know that if your student picks this university, If your student chooses to come to the University of Massachusetts, Boston, we will take care of that loved one. I want you to know if your student comes here, he or she will experience a small college learning environment. They're going to talk about that with you today, with resources of a major research university. I want to say to all of you that our faculty members genuinely love their teaching, and your student will get to know them through the student ratio of 16:1 that we have in our classrooms. Your student will get to know his or her professor personally. I have been in the classroom. I am so grateful that my colleagues who are talented all, but ranked in the academy, still want to teach our undergraduate students. That's an amazing thing here. They'll be learning from individuals who've made a breakthrough in their fields, who've earned opportunities like Guggenheim and also Fulbright fellowships, multi-million-dollar research grants, and we even have a Pulitzer Prize here. Nothing would make me happier than to have your young person join the ranks of our alumni. So Bianca and Fabiana, you know I'm looking at you and saying, what a choice. I want you to know if your student comes here, he or she will have an experience of a small college learning environment with the resources of a major research university. Our faculty members genuinely love teaching, and it will be an amazing opportunity for them to experience them in the classroom. And so, I also want you to relax today, because nobody at this university wants you or your student to go broke financing your education. Did you hear me? I said none of us wants you to go broke financing your education. So dig into that today. As a public institution, our tuition and fees are lower than any private college in this great state or Commonwealth. Each year, we award more than $150 million in financial aid to our students. That includes scholarships ranging from $500 to full tuition and fees for qualifying students. The students started out here in the beginning paying $200 a year to go. And while we're a little bit more expensive than that, when you look at us in comparison, when you compare our excellence, which is equal to or better than the best, and our price for that excellence, that's something for you to have a serious soul discussion around the table as you begin your choices. Our costs of higher education, are the costs for higher education out of control? Absolutely, they're out of control. But I'm proud to say that here at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, we're working to be part of the solution and are coming up with creative ways to do so. You should also know your student will have great prospects when he or she earns a degree from our university. With more than 100 academic programs to choose from, you'll see all those today. All of our students have the freedom to pursue a major that inspires them. And even if their interests change, we support them through that process while they're here. Within our Honors College, which set new enrollment records this year, as I said, students work on long-term interdisciplinary research projects one-on-one with their professors. Our location in Boston also promotes deep partnerships with cutting-edge startups, world-class hospitals, and with a range of business, government officials, and schools for internships, clinical practice, and also student teaching and more. Those experiences help our students cultivate their passions while they acquire real-world knowledge. And as a research university, we are national and international in reach, and we're reaching wider every day. Finally, parents, guardians, friends, and loved ones, I want you to know that your student will have an amazing network of academic, emotional, and financial support, all from our staff here at this university. Even when a student may feel as if he or she is struggling, we work hard to find solutions until he or she succeeds. There's no need to hold your breath. Your student will thrive here. Relax. Take some time to stroll along the waterfront. And by the way, go to that harbor walk I talked about. And then visualize your student at commencement 2 years or 4 years or 3 years from now, out on this waterfront, wearing a cap and gown, with a degree and a job offer in their hand. What an amazing opportunity. I know that sounds good, because it sure sounds good to me. So now, parents and loved ones, I want you to cover your ears for a minute, because I want to talk to your students that are here. Good morning, students. I know you're thinking, that sounds nice, Chancellor. That's good. You're talking to our parents and stuff. You're trying to connect with them. But what about me? What about my social life? What will I have to share on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Yik Yak, and Snapchat, and all that? YOLO, Chancellor. YOLO. We used to live once, too. We've been you. Now, I know that some of you can't wait to get to college so you can turn up, so you can whip it and nay-nay and all that, right? I know. All I want you to do is come my way. She's so embarrassed by her father. But I learned it all from her friends. Hashtag mom, dad, loved ones, I'm in college, LOL. Hashtag from us, son, daughter, loved one, I'm paying the bill. LOL. So now we've got that out of the way. Understand that we understand here at this university that friendships you make during your college years will last a lifetime. I don't know where I would be without them. I am walking on this stage right now, and my wife will tell you. The kicker from the football team, even though I was a basketball player at the time that I played, was the surgeon who just fixed my feet and made them pretty. You never know who you're going to sit next to in class. He told me you will walk when school opens, and it was a month, and a month to the day, your man was walking, delivering, playing golf, working out, doing all those kinds of things. Now, my boys were texting me and Twittering me and all that when they found out the kicker was doing my surgery, saying they hope he don't go left or right like you used to and miss your big toe and get your little toe. But I had University of Massachusetts Boston nurses all around me. True story. Everywhere you looked, I had a University of Massachusetts nurse, and those folk were trained in the #1 program in New England and beyond. Yale and Boston College are fighting for #2. I don't know which one of them is into yet, but you know. It's hard to be #1. Many students live in our apartments. They're going to tell you, you can't live over there, right? 3,000 students live right next door. They're going to tell you that they'll never have residence halls. I'm going to let you in on a secret. Some of your parents know it already. Your man in this community, we're getting ready to build our own. We don't have to, Because see that thing that next door that looks like a residence hall and smells like one? And I can reach my arm out the door and put my hand in your room from here? That's where our students live. Then they live across the street. They live one stop up on the T, and they live all over this Commonwealth. 331 municipalities represented. Students live in Boston. Hundreds of thousands live here. 17,000 students on this campus with 17,000 interests and passions. You don't have to look too far to find a niche here. And if you don't find your place right away, make your own space. One last word on the social life. This is the University of Massachusetts, Boston. I can't think of a greater place to study in the world. I came here a long time ago from a city called Pittsburgh and never left. Met incredible people in this great city. So 250,000 college students. It's a lot of reason to come and learn and exchange in a great city. Now, I've asked our students what they love most about studying here at the university. You heard them say some things this morning, but most of them will tell you this city, their professors, their classes, and the way this university opens their eyes to issues that they've never considered before. More than anything else, our students tell me that they love the diversity on our campus. I hope you saw that in the performance today. 17,000 students here, but 150 countries represented on this campus, the most diverse campus in New England. And as you look around today, grab a student. Some of them aren't here for open house. They're here because they have class, they have to study, or they're just here. Grab them and ask them. You'll look around, you'll see that we attract students from around the world, but we attract perspectives from around the world. If you're wondering about the benefits of that, well, what does that mean, Chancellor? Look around one more time. You can learn from each other. When our students graduate, they're most prepared to engage with the real world. This world is changing and changing and changing. It involves finding common ground with people who are different from you. You'll no longer be in that high school. Oh, what a story it was for me. I used to walk down the halls in high school and think I was the man. Came to Boston on the first few days and you say, hey, what's up? And no one said nothing. I was like, what? My first essay was being alone in English class. But then I started meeting people and engaging with people and living and learning and loving to learn and putting to practice everything I had been mentored about, and it transformed my life. I was always a scholar athlete. Scholarship always came before athletics. Athletics was the means to get me to the scholarship. However, rounding that out with those colleagues who taught me something about values, about wanting to become something, not because I wanted to make a whole lot of money, but to do great things that are going to transform lives. And if by some chance I made a lot of money from that, finding a way to contribute that in a way that made differences for my family and those communities that I came from. What an amazing, amazing, amazing thing. So you're going to meet students on this campus that will help transform your life. And as you heard from Kathleen in her much briefer speech than mine, what an amazing opportunity. There's something special about this university. I get excited. They always have to give me the hook when I get a chance to talk to you about this space. This university, the University of Massachusetts, Boston, is unlike any other campus or university you can find. We offer an atmosphere of collaboration, of many parts working together to achieve something great. So no matter who you are, if you choose to join us, you're going to fit in. To the seniors that are here today, I hope you will apply this fall and discover the facts out for yourself. To the high school sophomores like my daughter and juniors that are here, I hope you will put us on your college application list. Students, parents, friends, loved ones, and guardians, I hope you'll find everything you're looking for today on our campus. Our faculty, our staff, administrators, and student volunteers are here to help you. So please don't hesitate to ask them questions. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to those who are feeding us today, the faculty that are here today, those who are volunteering today, our students, and to you for your time. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your opportunity here at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. I can't wait to be your chancellor. Thank you.